Asia has a way of surprising you. It's a continent where a morning coffee can cost less than $1 and a beachfront apartment costs less than a week's rent in Europe or the US. When I first started exploring Asia, I didn't expect comfort to come this cheap, but it does beautifully. From bustling cities where life never slows down to peaceful villages tucked between mountains and rice fields, Asia offers a standard of living that feels luxurious without being expensive. In this video, I'll take you through 10 of the cheapest Asian countries where you can live comfortably in 2026, based on what I've seen, eaten, and experienced myself. Number 1. Vietnam. Vietnam is one of those countries that makes you completely rethink what cheap living means. When I first arrived in Da Nang, I rented a fully furnished apartment with a sea view for just $350 a month, utilities included. That's less than what I used to pay for a week's rent back home. My mornings always began with a bowl of steaming pho, bought from a street vendor for less than $1. The aroma of herbs, broth, and lime filled the air, the kind of comfort food that sets your mood right for the day. But affordability is only part of Vietnam's charm. Life here feels balanced. People take time to enjoy their coffee, their food, and their moments. I remember sitting at a roadside cafe in Hanoi, watching motorbikes weave past while sipping thick Vietnamese coffee that cost me 80 cents. That slow rhythm, that sense of stillness and chaos, is what makes Vietnam special. Transportation is incredibly affordable. A motorbike rental costs around $50 a month, and a full tank of gas? Just $3 to $4. Even healthcare and Wi-Fi are reliable and cheap. What truly amazed me was the lifestyle you can enjoy even on a small budget. You can dine on rooftop terraces overlooking city lights, spend weekends at Nha Trang's beaches, or wander through ancient streets in Hoi An. Each experience feels luxurious, yet you're spending less than you would on a single dinner night in the West. Vietnam isn't just affordable, it's freeing. It's where you realize that comfort doesn't always need a big bank account, just the right place to live. Number 2. Thailand. Thailand is what I like to call affordable paradise. When I lived in Chiang Mai, I was stunned at how little I needed to live comfortably. My apartment, clean, modern, and close to the city center, cost just $400 a month. For that, I got air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and even a balcony view of the mountains. But the real heart of Thailand lies in its food. Every corner offers something delicious. A plate of pad thai or green curry for under $2, mango sticky rice for $1, and fresh fruit smoothies everywhere you go. Even eating at restaurants feels effortless. A full meal rarely passes $5. Life here has rhythm. Locals live with an ease that rubs off on you. In the mornings, the city hums with monks collecting alms. By evening, the streets glow with night markets, colors, sounds, and aromas blending into something magical. Bangkok, despite being busier, still offers remarkable affordability. A central one-bedroom costs around $600, and transportation on the BTS Skytran is under $1 per ride. Healthcare, internet, and leisure costs are equally low. You truly get Western-level comfort at Asian prices. And when you crave a break, Thailand spoils you with choice. One weekend, I was watching sunsets on Koh Samui. The next, I was diving off the coast of Phuket. Each trip felt like a holiday, yet my expenses barely touched $30 a day. Thailand isn't just a place to live cheaply, it's a place to live fully. Number 3. Philippines. The Philippines is a country that lives in your heart long after you've left. When I spent a few months in Cebu, I realized life here is rich in the things that truly matter: sunshine, laughter, and simplicity. My rent for a small but lovely apartment near the beach was just $300 a month. The ocean was close enough that I could hear the waves at night. My total utilities, internet, water, and electricity, rarely exceeded $60 monthly. Eating out was another joy. Filipino dishes like adobo, sinigang, and lechon were flavorful and hearty, and a full plate often cost me $3 to $4. Street food is a whole culture on its own. Barbecued skewers, fried bananas, and halo desserts, all under $1. But what really defines the Philippines is its people. There's warmth in every smile, a genuine friendliness that makes you feel at home instantly. English is widely spoken, so communication is effortless. Nature here feels endless. Pristine beaches, waterfalls, and islands that look like postcards. I remember taking a weekend ferry to Bohol, swimming near coral reefs, so colorful they didn't look real. Experiences like that cost less than $20 total, transportation, entrance fees, and food included. Even in 2026, few places match the Philippines' balance of low cost and high happiness. You can live near paradise, work remotely with great internet, and build meaningful friendships, all while spending less than you'd pay for rent alone in most countries. The Philippines teaches you that comfort isn't about luxury, it's about peace. Number 4, Indonesia. Indonesia feels like an entire world within one country, each island with its own rhythm and beauty. When I stayed in Ubud, Bali, I rented a private villa surrounded by rice terraces for $450 a month. It had a small pool, open-air kitchen, and palm trees swaying outside my window. Local meals from warungs, cozy family-owned eateries, cost $2 to $3, and the portions were generous. Every morning, I'd start my day with fresh papaya and coconut water from a roadside stall for less than $1. Life felt pure, slow, and deeply connected to nature. Bali's charm lies in its duality, spiritual yet lively. One moment, you're meditating in a yoga shala. The next, you're meeting travelers from all over the world at a beach cafe. But beyond Bali, there's even more affordability. In Yogyakarta, rent drops to $250, meals to $1.50, and transportation is incredibly cheap. Despite the low costs, the standard of living remains comfortable. Clean apartments, high-speed Wi-Fi, and access to stunning natural spots everywhere. Indonesia also has a warmth that goes beyond weather. Locals are kind, curious, and always willing to help. Whether it's joining a temple ceremony, learning batik art, or hiking volcanoes at dawn, life here constantly feels like an adventure. In Indonesia, you realize that living well isn't about earning more. It's about spending where it matters and finding beauty in simplicity. Number 5, India. India is one of those countries where every corner tells a different story, and every experience feels larger than life. When I first arrived in Jaipur, I rented a small but beautiful apartment in the old city for just $250 a month. It had mosaic floors, carved doors, and a rooftop that overlooked a maze of pink buildings. Eating out in India is an adventure by itself. A full plate of butter chicken, naan, and chai cost me $3, and if you love street food, your dollar goes even further. From samosas for 20 cents to creamy lassis for half $1, food here feels endless and alive. What amazed me most was how comfortable life could be on such a modest budget. Transportation is inexpensive. Local rickshaw rides cost around $1 to $2, and long-distance trains are surprisingly affordable. Internet and phone plans are among the cheapest in the world, and healthcare services are both accessible and low cost. But beyond affordability, India is deeply soulful. I remember sitting by the Ganges River in Varanasi during sunset. The orange glow, the chanting, the floating candles. It's the kind of beauty that money can't buy. Life here can be both chaotic and calming, but it never feels dull. For remote workers and travelers, India offers a mix of culture, affordability, and meaning. You can live richly, in stories, colors, and flavors, without spending much at all. Number 6. Nepal. Nepal is one of Asia's most peaceful and budget-friendly countries. When I stayed in Kathmandu, I found a cozy guest house for just $200 a month, including breakfast. My window opened to the sight of misty hills and temple rooftops. Meals were just as affordable. A plate of momo dumplings or dal bhat, rice and lentils, cost around $2, and tea houses were everywhere, offering steaming chai for a few cents. But what makes Nepal truly priceless is its calm. The people are warm, humble, and kind. There's a rhythm here, slow, respectful, spiritual. You can walk through narrow alleys filled with prayer flags one moment and trek through breathtaking mountain trails the next. During my time in Pokhara, I rented a lakeside cabin for $250. Every morning, I'd sit by Phua Lake, watching the reflection of the Annapurna Mountains on still water. It was so quiet, you could hear birdsong echo across the lake. Even adventure here is affordable. Hiking, paragliding, or visiting temples barely stretch your budget. Nepal teaches you that peace doesn't have to come with a high price tag. If you're looking for a country where simplicity meets serenity, Nepal is the kind of place that nourishes both your wallet and your soul. Number 7. Cambodia. Cambodia is one of those places that stays under the radar, yet it's among the most budget-friendly in Asia. When I lived in Phnom Penh, I rented a modern apartment for just $300 a month. Even in the capital, life was calm and surprisingly affordable. Eating out felt like a celebration every day. A full Khmer meal, rice, curry, and fresh vegetables cost around $2 to $3. Street vendors sold grilled meat skewers, noodle soups, and sweet coconut desserts for less than $1. Transportation is also cheap and easy. Tuk-tuks and motorbike taxis cost just a few dollars for cross-city rides. But what I loved most about Cambodia wasn't just its low cost, it was its spirit. The people here are incredibly resilient, gentle, and full of smiles. Despite their history, they welcome foreigners with open arms. On weekends, I'd visit Siem Reap, home of the famous Angkor Wat temples. Exploring those ancient stone structures during sunrise, surrounded by mist, was one of the most breathtaking moments of my travels, and it cost less than $20 total. Cambodia also has a growing community of digital nomads, especially in Siem Reap and Kampot, where riverside cafes and co-working spaces make life both relaxing and productive. If you want low living costs with deep cultural beauty, Cambodia quietly offers both and more. Number 8. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is like a smaller, calmer version of India, with beaches, mountains, and endless greenery. When I stayed in Kandy, my apartment overlooking the hills cost me $280 a month, and it felt like a luxury stay. Food here is both healthy and cheap. A full local meal, rice, curry, and fresh fruits, costs around $2 to $3. Coconut roti and tea stalls line almost every street, and locals are always ready to chat with a smile. What makes Sri Lanka special is its diversity. One day, you can surf on the beaches of Mirisa. The next, you're hiking tea trails in Ella or visiting elephant sanctuaries in Uddawalla. Transport between cities is easy and cheap. Long train rides cost under $5 and come with unforgettable views. Life here feels grounded. The pace is gentle, the air smells of cinnamon and sea salt, and time moves differently. Even healthcare and Wi-Fi are surprisingly affordable for expats. Sri Lanka is where simplicity feels luxurious. You wake up to birdsong, spend afternoons by waterfalls, and dine under palm trees, all for less than you'd pay for a single meal in the West. Number 9. Malaysia. Malaysia is one of Asia's most balanced countries, affordable, modern, and incredibly livable. When I stayed in Penang, I rented a modern apartment with air conditioning and sea views for $500 a month. It felt like living in a luxury condo, yet the cost was minimal. Food is one of the country's biggest delights. You can enjoy Malay nasi lemak, Indian curries, or Chinese noodles, all for under $3 a meal. The variety and flavor are unmatched. What sets Malaysia apart is its infrastructure. Public transport is reliable, healthcare is world-class yet inexpensive, and English is widely spoken. It's also one of Asia's most multicultural countries, so you never feel out of place. I often spent my evenings walking along Georgetown's heritage streets, where old colonial houses meet neon-lit cafes. Life here blends modern comfort with deep tradition. For digital nomads and expats, Malaysia offers incredible value, strong Wi-Fi, easy visas, and a low cost of living. You can live well, travel easily, and still save money every month. Malaysia proves that you don't have to choose between modernity and affordability. You can have both. Number 10. Laos. Laos might just be Southeast Asia's most peaceful hidden treasure. When I stayed in Luang Prabang, I rented a riverside bungalow for just $250 a month, simple, clean, and surrounded by jungle sounds. The cost of living is beautifully low. Meals like sticky rice with grilled chicken cost under $2, and even in tourist spots, you can eat for less than $5 a day. Transportation, healthcare, and entertainment are all minimal expenses here. But the real value of Laos isn't measured in money, it's in the serenity. Life moves at half the speed. Monks in orange robes walk silently through morning mist, locals gather by the Mekong River to fish, and travelers sip coffee while watching slow boats drift by. I often cycled through rice fields during sunset, with golden light spilling over the mountains. No noise, no stress, just peace. It's the kind of place that reminds you what life should feel like. In 2026, Laos remains one of Asia's cheapest and calmest destinations, a haven for anyone seeking simplicity, beauty, and balance. And there you have it, 10 of the cheapest Asian countries to live comfortably in 2026. From Vietnam's lively streets to Nepal's calm mountains and the Philippines' sunlit shores, each country proves that comfort doesn't always mean costly. Traveling through these places taught me something priceless. A good life isn't about earning more. It's about finding where your heart feels at home. Whether it's sipping $1 coffee in Thailand or watching the sunset in Sri Lanka, Asia offers endless ways to live well for less. So tell me, if you had the chance to pack your bags and start fresh in any of these countries, which one would you choose?